Welcome back to Open. The Riverside Hawks is a celebrated basketball program founded by members of Riverside Church in 1961 to help students and families in Harlem. The goal was, and still is, to use basketball to promote academic achievement, develop character, and improve life and career prospects. To tell us more about this innovative program, noted alumni and the 2024 AAU National Championship. The team just won. We welcome Program Director Christopher Snell and Coach Hector Almodovar. Welcome.
Welcome.
Sorry if I messed up the championship title because I don't know anything about basketball, in all humility. So it's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Now let's start from the very beginning, clearing the air. This is a program for both boys and girls.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The Riverside Hawks takes pride in having a diverse program. And our women's program and our boys program are very, very important to us. So we always make sure that we diversify and have equity as best as possible between both groups.
How is the program structured? For example, the ages of the participants, and are they placed in groups or teams and they get to evolve?
Yeah, so the Riverside Hawks program, we have programming that starts from kindergarten going all the way up to 11th grade. We have a Hawks in Training program that's for the young kids ages like 5 to 8. Then we have our Baby Hawks, which runs from like first grade, second grade, all the way up to 5th grade. Then we have our Leadership Academy area, which is all of our middle school programming, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And then we have our college-bound program, which is 9th grade all the way up to 11th grade, and some 12th graders play with us as well.
How many students participate?
Every year we serve over 700 kids from the community through our AAU basketball programs and also our community-based programs.
Hector, you have a very celebrated career yourself as a basketball champion, and you have chosen to come and work as coach for this program. Why do you do this, and for how long have you been doing it? What does it mean for you to just pay back to community?
Man, I've been in the coaching business for about 20 years. I've been with Riverside for the last 6 years. And basically, I love helping children. I love basketball development. I like to see the kids go in high school playing basketball, college playing basketball. I've coached a few pros, so.
Learning basketball as a kid and a teenager is not just learning basketball. What skills actually the sport teaches you?
I mean, it teaches you life lessons, you know. In basketball, you get held accountable for the most part. So with being held accountable, that goes on into school. So if in school, if you're not passing your grades, you don't play basketball. So all that boils into one thing.
Christopher, that's a very important point because the program is designed in a way that it works parallel to academics. It's not that kids are going to neglect academic work because they want to focus on playing sports. How is that? How does that happen?
Yeah, so we have 3 pillars. But there's one thing that you'll learn today about the Riverside Hawks. We like to say it's as easy as ABC. It's academics, basketball, and community in that specific order. So anyone that comes into our program that wants to be a part of our basketball team, they're required each semester to submit the report cards. If any of our students are getting a C or below, they have to do mandatory tutoring. It's mandatory, it's required. We're equipped in a way where we have the resources to get individualized tutoring. We have group tutoring. So if you're getting a C or below, you have to do academics. And then you can participate in basketball. And everyone has a different socioeconomic background, right? So not everyone is gonna be the smartest kid in the room. Some kids are gonna have IEPs, they're gonna have learning disabilities. So we try to take all that in consideration, hence why it's like a C or below and not necessarily gonna make it higher. But once they submit the report cards, we let the coaches know who's on what list, who needs assistance. We let the coaches know, hey, if they're not gonna show up for tutoring, they're not gonna be able to practice, right? Then they're not gonna be able to play. So there's levels of discipline, so we're trying to make them accountable for understanding that academics is the most important part of our program, and then basketball is secondary.
And there are additional resources too, like SAT preparation and academic advising for high school choices?
Yes.
What other programs exist that I might not be aware of?
So every fall, we have our tax exam prep, and we have SSAT prep. Tax exam is the Catholic high school entrance exam. So we offer that to 8th graders that are interested in potentially going to Cardinal Hayes or some of the Catholics, Mount St. Michael, et cetera, in the New York area. SSAT prep is for anyone that's looking to go to boarding schools, necessarily a prep school. And then we have SAT prep and ACT prep. So in September, October, we'll start promoting our SAT prep for any juniors and seniors that are looking to take SATs, ACTs. So we try to prepare them as best as possible. And then we also have college writing workshops for essays. And then in the spring, we do our College Bound series with our high school kids. So we're doing 8 weeks of financial literacy, name, image, likeness, are you the right fit for the program? So we take a really in-depth approach to everything centered around academics to make sure the kids are prepared.
How about applications? Is there a fee? How can students apply? Is there a residency requirement for Harlem, Upper Manhattan, certain areas?
There's no residency requirement. The Riverside Hawks is a very well-established program known for a lot of NBA players that came through it. And as a result of it, we have kids from Connecticut, we have kids from New Jersey, we have kids from New York, Queens, Long Island that are traveling. So there's really no requirement you have to be in a certain area. About 70% of our students are coming from Washington Heights, Harlem, in the Bronx. And application-wise, there's no application. We have tryouts coming up. September 14th and 15th, we'll have our girls' tryouts. September 22nd, 23rd, we'll have our boys' tryouts. And then September 28th, we have our community league tryout. And basically, you'll try out for the team. If you're selected for that team, there's usually a $500 team fee. And then we ask the kids to try to do some fundraising activities to help support the programming. And then from there, they're pretty much on the team, and it's set up there.
Hector, we were talking in the green room upstairs that the program is not designed to make NBA stars. But in reality, some of them do have become stars. The level of skill really doesn't matter. You work with everyone within the realm. But one of the teams just won a huge championship. So please tell me about that and what does it mean?
My 2030 team, my 6th grade / rising 7th grade team, they won back-to-back AAU national championships in Orlando, Florida. And that's a great experience. You know, the kids got to play against other teams from different other states, and it was hard fought, you know. But we practiced at least 4 to 5 times a week, so I had them prepped and ready. So when we got there, I mean, no disrespect to them other teams, I already knew we was gonna win. So.
That's some Bronx power right there. Now, Hector,
just to add to it too, just to understand, for everyone to understand, AAU is the Amateur Athletic Union. It's one of the most respected organizations throughout all of North America. So when Coach Heck talks about winning the AAU National Championship, he's talking about competing about some of the best teams all the way from, you know, New York as far as California that are coming to compete in Orlando to win this coveted title.
That's fairly advanced.
Yeah, it's a fairly advanced award, and it's really good to.
And we got to play on ESPN.
Yeah.
On
It
TV.
was broadcast on ESPN, yes.
That's fascinating.
Yes.
Now, Hector, one of the pillars of the program is to build character, but what does it mean exactly? What is the character that you're trying to build or instill in the participants? And you can actually add to that too.
What I'm trying to build is respectable young men. I'm stuck here.
I'm assuming with a sense of integrity that comes from being part of a sport.
Yeah.
And discipline and commitment.
Correct. And we have, so there's a couple aspects. So outside of just basketball, we were trying to focus on the whole athlete, the 360-degree athlete. We have a partnership through Hello Insights that was introduced to us through the Loris Foundation. And what we do is we take a survey to measure where the kids are, most socially and emotionally at the beginning of the season. And then we do another survey at the end of the season to see where they're at and how we've made strides in terms of their camaraderie, self-interest, decision-making, shared power, to try to make sure that they're continuing to grow. and develop.
I know that registration also pays for a very minimal part of the program, mostly symbolic, actually.
Yeah.
So you guys do a gala every year to
Correct.
raise funds. When is it this year and where?
This year, we'll be returning to the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in Broadway in the city. It will be on November 7th. That is a Thursday, 2 days after Election Day. But we'll be there, and our goal every year is to raise about $1.5 million. And this is our largest fundraiser of the year. It's truly an event that we really rely upon heavily to get all our funding for the upcoming season. And if anyone is looking for any more information, they can visit us at riversidehawks.org, click on events, and all the gala information is there.
Hector, in the final few seconds that I have, for those people who know, whom are some of the most valuable players that you have had as alumni of the organization?
Well, for me, I started with the younger kids, so I don't really have no alumni there. But
What are some of the names of people who have passed through it that might be an inspiration for others? Not that you want to be a basketball star.
We had Ron Artest, a.k.a. Meta World Peace, Lamar Odom, Donovan Mitchell, Ty Jerome, Kenny Anderson, Kenny Smith, Eric Pascal, Chris Mullin. We have a long history, a long lineage of producing some NBA stars.
Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Hector. It's a joy to have you here today.
thank you.
Thank you.
For more information, check out riversidehawks.org. After the break,